By definition, worldview is a set of assumptions held consciously or unconsciously in faith about the basic makeup of the world and how it works. It is your picture of reality that has been formed by your friends, family, culture, language, and experiences. Your worldview shows what you value in life, and you might not even be aware of it. It affects how you behave, who you choose to be, and ultimately, your destiny. At the core of your worldview are very important questions, such as what is truth, what is of true value, and what is the purpose or goal of your life. It's time to start being aware of your worldview. Is it right? Is it based on biblical truths? And how do we change it? Your opinion of the recent legalization of prostitution in West Australia?
No, it's not good.
Not
Not on the streets, not walking around, kind of like bringing it out. I think maybe there should be a place for these people, but I definitely don't think it should be legal on the street.
How can we know who is right? Is there some absolute standard in truth where we can base our decisions on?
I don't think it should be encouraged, and I think it's really like it's just degrading as well. They're encouraging that it's right for these women to sell themselves when they could be doing other things to getting money otherwise. I think it's
Definitely degrading to women.
If there are no absolutes, then everything is relative.
The question is, what do you think about abortion?
It's still a life that you're taking, and we've taught that all life is sacred, and you would really regret it later.
We are on a moral slide.
Me, I think it's right.
I think it's if the mother's underage, like say 16 or so, I think it's more detrimental for her to have the baby because it's going to impact on the baby's life and things like that.
I didn't have an answer.
I think if we go by what we've been taught to believe, that all life is sacred.
What do you guys think that God would think about it?
It's a bit difficult to say what God would think, but
God's also all forgiving, so he has to forgive them.
There are some fundamental rules you have to respect.
If everything is relative, it is only a matter of time before we will see major downfall in our societies.
But you don't really need to believe in God if you want to live normally.
Look back at our laws and societal standards half a century ago, and it seems like a different world.
I think it can be a good thing, also a bad thing. No resource like financial or money, and sometimes in this case, it's a baby. It's very, very difficult. But at the same time, you kill someone. In Buddhism, for example, or something like that, you can see that the baby is not really alive at 3 months. He has no soul. So, if according to this type of theory, it's possible to say yes.
What do you believe? Do you think it is right or do you think it's wrong? If you were in the choice where you had a baby, do you think you would like?
I'm just in the middle. I can understand both sides.
Life is so much more than making yourself happy or even making others happy. God has set the standard and expects us to live by it. Our worldview can change. We need to align it with how God sees the world. Is there some absolute standard and truth on which we can base our decisions on?
Okay guys, now that we know what worldview is, and we know that it needs to be changed, there's certain things that we believe that we need to change, and you can say, it can be overwhelming, and you can say, man, how do I do this? How do I change the things that, but God gave us His Word, God gave us His guideline, and that is the Bible. So we need to search, guys, we need to go into God's Word, and we need to see what He is saying about these issues. We need to see what He is saying about the problems in the world. Because God cares, guys. He's not just leaving us alone. He has something to say. And I really encourage you guys to really dig in the Bible and find out what He's saying about these issues, what He's saying about these questions, and He'll show you what your worldview is. We need our worldview to align with God, and He's given us His Word as a guideline.
Does God exist?
It's a dangerous question to ask.